And it's Dan Coates returning for the first team. Needs a treble 19 now.
32. Ollie require 20.
Chance then for Ollie Howard to get the first leg on the board. Bit of a wild one, double 7 now.
Game shot on the
Nails
first
it with
leg.
last start in hand.
Ollie Howard and Peter Ashuri.
Ollie Howard and Peter Ashuri take the lead in our opener. Great visit from Danny Van Tripe, though. Should get Team Dan back in this match. That's what I'm going to call them now. Dan and Danny.
Danny require 32. Game shot.
Great visit from Dan Coates. Levels us up in this one. Quick reminder, matches are best of 5 within the group stages.
It's Danny to 40.
A loose one from Dan Coates, and there's a chance here for Ollie Howard to register our first ton plus checkout of the day. Treble 20 for double 18. Ollie Howard, that is superb. Our first ton plus checkout of the day, and it's hit by one of the influencers. Ollie Howard of the ball hitters.
Peter to throw first.
Win of the day. Slap bang in the middle of the bullseye, double 16. One more in hand.
66.
Fires it
And
inside.
he requires 60.
And Van Tripe to send us all the way. Wants tops. Still wants tops. And he gets tops. We're level to a piece in our opening match here at the Red Dragon Influencer Darts Showdown. I have the advantage of throw in the 5th and final leg.
He's going things the right way. Oh, we're giving that large to the crowd. Staying out of 1.
Yeah, a bit more. Come on. Switched away.
39.
Genius. Comedy genius. What a lovely
treble
third.
19. Double 16. Last in hand once again.
73.
On the inside
Ollie
wire.
require 120.
Can Ollie Howard steal it with a 1-2-3?
Here we go. Look. Oh, we can. So he's looking at 16. 16 for the ball.
93. Danny requires 16.
He's the awkward double 15 if they return, but Van Tripe pretty good on this target throughout the week. Now over to double 4.
12.
Danny boy, what have you
Peter
done?
require
Door wide
30.
open. And Peter Ashuri, can the king take his crown?
Just off the marker. What a dart.
Game shot and the match.
The
Ollie
king hits the winning
Howard,
double
Peter
in our opening match. Peter
Ashuri.
Ashuri and Ollie Howard, the winners in our opener, taking down a 3-2 win.
My hand and wrist and whatnot. I'd have to say, you know what, I would have to give it up.
You're not even giving it a go.
Marcel, he requires 60.
Right, chance for the first leg on the board, and it falls to Marcel Outhouse, part of Team Germany as the international pairs earlier this week. Was paired with David Schlichting.
Game shot.
He did that on a number of occasions. They actually won half their group games, but were unfortunate to miss out in a fiercely contested Group B.
You're losing. Right, 1 second. Second leg, it's Marcel to throw first. Game on.
Oh, here we go.
That is 2 in, by the way, in case you doubt it.
Wants
It's
the
2
crowd
in.
to
Come
go.
on.
Here comes the treble 18.
140.
And a case of you left it, you hit it. Actually, no, Langston left this one. Go on, Marcel, what have you got? Great marker.
5.
Oh,
Mervyn, you require
Mike
60.
just picked up on something. Is Sean and Marcel playing with the same flight? Because I've just noticed that they're slightly longer, a bit thinner than a standard flight. And
Sean and Mervyn kick.
People are less concerned with what Rory McIlroy's got in the bag than what they are with their favourite
55.
YouTuber,
Mervyn,
a
you
la
require 85.
Big Andrew Tube, because people relate more to those, don't they? They go, right, well, I'm closer to him than I am to Rory McIlroy, so if they're helping him, they might be able to help me.
exactly. So it's double 8.
Game
Routine stuff from Merv.
Sean Ireland and Mervyn kick.
So Merv, 20 for tops to wrap up the victory. How many times has he double top last start?
58.
Probably not as many as some pros, actually, considering he used to do everything in his power to make sure he didn't leave it. It's become part of his arsenal in the last couple of years, though, and he's mightily good at it, as you'd expect a professional dart player to be. Double three, no one likes this.
Shot the fourth leg.
Darts ref will like that.
Referee and Marcel.
One of the most difficult segments on the board to hit. Bullseye to win the match here. Gets two at double 18 instead. One in hand at double 9 for the darts ref, who's not actually reffing today.
69. Mervyn, you require 40.
Mervyn King on double 20.
Game
Slap bang in the middle. That is the point secured for Sean Nyland and Mervyn King. Hard fought battle in the end. Stevie White, if he finds one more here. Double 3. I'm not sure he meant it.
This is in.
But he's in the basement.
You know, as a dart player, this is in.
83.
To be fair, with that last start, I don't know what's closer, that to the double or John living in the Highlands.
Yeah, it's a long way back up to Scotland for John Henderson at the end of this event. We do appreciate him and all of the players who have got involved today. As Hendo takes the opening leg for himself and Jack Mate. 85. Mr. Darter double 3 to take the opener. Jack Dean, you're audacious.
74.
Little so-and-so.
Jimmy required 38.
A chance for Van Schie to level us up then. Double 19. Yeah, I wouldn't have gone for it either if I was you, Jimmy. Too tall.
24. Johnny requires 76.
Now, if I know John, it's going to be treble 20. And it'll be a big 16. One dart tops. Bang.
56. Stevie require 14. No score.
Not quite there, Stevie. Less of that, though. That second dart. We don't want to see that. And a chance for Jack Mate, which he takes. I'm pretty sure he hit that target last time he was here.
And John Henderson.
Double 10 comes to Jack Mate's aid once again.
John to
take a 2-0 lead in the Happy Hour podcast derby. But to walk into a professional environment, that isn't... This is similar, but not quite the same, is it? Like, this is a bit of fun. We're raising some money for a charity. Yes, there are professional players. Some errant counting there. 68 remaining. Got to go 18 balls, surely.
Has to.
He went for 3 balls on 150. You got to tee it up, Jack. He does indeed for the ball.
62.
It's not a million miles away, Keegan Brown.
110.
And what a great effort that was. I was going the all treble 20. Oh,
you can do it with 2 darts, Stevie, but I wouldn't advise missing with your first.
25.
he was so confident. He thought, do you know what? Let's throw it out the board. Hendo, 2 12s. 2 6s.
Game shot.
Superb from John Henderson and Jack Mate in the end, who comfortably take a 3-0 win over Stevie White and Jimmy Van Schie. So that you can see them throw in, and it's that little bit more personable than just a camera on a board.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Our first influencer 180 of the day goes to Ollie Howard. The final dart from Richie as well, who left his partner on a bogey finish, one that can't be taken out in 3 darts.
Peter require 4.
So Peter, looking at 2 2s. No, in the madhouse. Double 1.
Game shot on the first leg.
Won't drive the king mad though, as he pins double 1 first dart in hand.
So it's 2 2s. Just on top of the barrel. And
Game
he does.
shot on the second leg. Ollie Howard and Peter Ashuri.
2 legs to the good. Go Ollie Howard and Peter Ashuri, and they are now throwing.
Peter to throw first.
For a spot, duo need to work on is their finishing stats. Their scoring has been sensational at times.
58.
Well, I think that's the thing. The score has been so good, they've actually been able to have 6 or 7 darts for a double.
They've needed it, but this time Peter Ashuri seals his spot in the semi-finals. He takes himself and Ollie Howard there. On a bit of a bogey here for Team Darts Ref.
So 79 left. Marcel will probably be looking at treble 13 to leave tops. Or just to leave it handy for the darts ref.
93.
Tops for 13 doesn't quite get there.
60.
But will Langston return? Williams with a chance at 60.
Game shown the first.
The OG TikTok live stream darts player. No, he is a very, very good official. We do have to give him that credit.
Yeah, to be fair with Binks, we do have a lot of banter with him, and he's a top bloke in darts, a really top bloke in darts.
Charlie require.
Yeah, been very helpful
8.
in my own journey here and in the darting world.
You know, considering he started off on the chalker and the
Game shown
PDC
the
Pro
second
tools
leg.
and challenge tools and the
Murphy
youth,
fun.
obviously the
So
youth
like it's
developments,
Marcel
and
to throw first.
you know, you see it so many times in darts where you're a couple of legs down, a good 180, you know, good couple scoring
Game
visits.
shown the third leg. Marcel Olhouse and the darts referee.
Much needed double in that regard. And the door is open for Team Murphy, and it's Madhouse himself. 78 remaining, 18s or 20s. Chase the treble 18. Tees up tops nicely. It falls on the darts ref to keep him and his team in this contest.
It's a double top, 2 10s.
Huge dart in the moment. Jack Langston pins it. Last dart in hand, double 10. Indeed. We said 119 was an awful checkout earlier. 139 might possibly be the worst checkout possible in this sport of ours.
74.
After a good first start, Langston tees up 65. Murphy's not on a finish. We'll look to leave Dave Williams on 1.
40.
But a wild
Marcel
first start means they're not as close as
65.
they'd like to be. And a chance for Outhouse.
No.
SEAL Team Darts ref first win of this tournament. Double 4, last start in hand.
Game
Beautiful dart from
shot
Marcel
and
Outhouse. The
Marcel
Scorpion has
Outhouse
been
and the darts
superb
referee.
in this one since they went down 2 legs to 0. I didn't really care for darts, so I was a bit late to the party. What a superstar this boy is. He had that magical 145 moment last time he was here.
Good luck following that 12-year-old.
Could be better.
Must work harder, as the report would say.
100.
Chance then for Walker. Banged in the 180 in his last
68.
visit. 68 for him. This will go quickly. Double 16.
Game shown the
He's
first.
so good. The pace that he flies around the dartboard. Jaden Walker is an absolute star. Just look at the mannerisms on him for a 12-year-old. He's so calm, so confident. Might go that time.
You've got to do it, yeah. Jimmy, you require 150.
I don't know what he's saying, but he's definitely giving Jimmy Van Schie some lip there, though, wasn't he? He was telling him to go for it, I think. There's one. Stevie White's on his haunches. Oh.
It's like a little Jack Russell going up to a Great Dane, isn't it?
Scrappy do is what I'm going to call Jaden Walker for the rest of the day.
58.
It's weird because I've noticed he's gone for the Mervyn King setup. Dart stems and flights.
Probably pinched him out of his case while he's not looking.
33.
Very brave man. Very brave.
38.
Chance then for Jaden once again. Hit the double in the first leg, hits the double in the second leg. Jaden Walker is not hanging around. This will be for Team White's first leg on the board all day.
No score.
I still can't manage it.
Jaden, you require.
Jaden Walker
20.
told Ellis Platton what to leave him. Once you do that, you got to make sure you hit it, which is exactly what Jaden Walker does. He hits all 3 doubles in the match and parred in a 180 at one point as well. The 12-year-old picking up where he left off when he was partnered with Angry Ginge before. And he knows where the camera is, look. I have no idea what that means or what it does, but they've definitely rehearsed that one. Jaden knew exactly where the camera was and ushered the boys across. McNamara can't find a double 18 though, and a chance for Van Tripe,
36.
who so far has managed to stay on his feet all day, which is a pretty good record for Danny.
Game shown the first leg. Bailey McNamara and Richie Bunny.
For Coates. Bit of a long shot.
100.
Beautiful setup though, tees it up nicely.
That is what you call a proper professional visit there.
Yeah, that's the difference between what we're seeing in this group and perhaps we've seen in these events in the past. Don't get me wrong, we've had some talented influencers here previously.
On the second leg.
Not ones that have been banging in 1-3-1s to leave 24.
Richie filling the bed up.
Whoa!
And he does so.
180!
Bang on cue.
Whoa!
I don't know what to make of that.
For a minute there, I thought it was...
Apparently a T-Rex has just entered the room.
Chance then for Dan Coates. Treble 19 first. 20 or treble for double 5 for the lead.
No
Drags
score.
it into the wrong bed. How
Richie
costly could that be
32.
to Team Coates? Burnett wants double 16.
Game show on the third leg.
Been a little bit understated today for Richie Burnett, but he's doing a decent little job here for Team McNamara. Would have been the right one if you'd hit just the single 19. Made a bit of a mess of that one.
So it's 78. Look, should we look at treble 18?
40. Daniel requires 59.
Making a mess of it. McNamara leaves 77, but a chance for Coates to level us up at 2 apiece. Which is exactly what he does. Clean kill of 59, and we're going to a deciding leg.
Fifth and final leg.
So our shootout to get into a shootout is now in a one-leg shootout. And Van Tripe drags it low. Single one, no good.
It's been a lot of big number misses from the pros today.
Yeah, perhaps just a lack of concentration at times, but McNamara has seen off Team Danny. Dan Coates and Danny Van Tripe are out. Bailey McNamara and Richie Burnett live to fight another day. It won't be straight into the semi-finals. They will be into a 9-dart shootout. Richie Burnett getting himself pumped up for that one, which will follow in a couple of matches' time. Some changes anywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest changes I ever saw was obviously when Phil went from 20. A long barrow dart to a sort of John Lowe sort of style, short and stumpy. And I think that's probably the biggest change I've ever seen anyone play, anyone within darts do.
Charlie Murphy and darts.
Highly effective for him though. That initial change was the most successful dart of all time, or at least that's what the marketing brochure said for a while. Or Portugal or Spain. Some of the away trips are so vast across the country that you just don't really get that following to away days. You pack out your home stadium, you make a noise, but you just accept that when you go away, it's their den.
Game show on the second leg.
Got there in the end. Did Dave Williams miss the big number to start with, but pins tops on his return. Ireland, this has got to be a little bit cleaner than we saw in the last leg, gents. 18 for tops. Make sure that big number. Which is exactly what he does. Dart tops.
35.
Just a little too high. Charlie Murphy. This is 50. For a spot in the semi-finals.
Surely bullseye. Oh, he's going for double 16. 2 8.
There we have it. Charlie Murphy and Darts of Fun get the better of Steve West and Sean Nyland by 3 legs to 1. In doing so, they topped Group 2 and will play against Ollie Howard and Peter Ashuri in the semi-final.
Leave him in. The shadow was in.
John Hendo. One more at double 19. Coming in clutch.
Away
no good for the Highlander.
The require 16.
And away days return, this time in the form of Ellis Platton, who pins it first dart. Turns to the crowd. What a moment for Ellis.
Jaden Walker. Second leg is John to throw first. This is a problem.
They can't remember who's to throw.
Jack, mate, you require 40.
I'll be honest, neither can I. I just thought Jaden was going to hit it and we'd move on to the next leg. But Jack May pins his second double of the day. Big double 10 earlier. This time it's tops to their aid. Use all 3 is a big plus in that situation as well, because a wild dart can derail a visit like that, but leaves it
59.
makeable for Jaden once again.
40.
Surely, double top.
Game on the third
Great
leg.
dart
Away
from
days
the
and
young
Jaden
gun.
Walker. Full-leg
He's
is
been a
John
bit
to
quiet
throw
for his own
first.
standards in this game.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're heading to a decider in group number 3. Reminder, whoever is beaten in this match will head to the 9-dart shootout. We'll see that at the conclusion of this game.
17.
Never seen him with emotion before. He said, you know, just a bit frustrating that previous throw.
Yeah, a little bit of disappointment for Jaden. You knows how important that dart could have been.
Oh,
No
Keep his
score.
team out of the 9-dart shootout, but Henderson can't pin the double 6.
Away
it
days
falls
require
to
20.
Ben Gibbs
Game
to pin the double that seals Away Days' progression
Days!
into the semi-finals. What a moment for Team Away Days. Ben Gibbs and Jaden Walker in the previous edition of this event both threw 3 darts each. They were brought up on stage by Ellis Platton and Angry Ginge respectively. This time, however, as part of the same team, they are into the semi-finals as they win Group 3. Henderson and Jack win this shootout.
For the 9-dart shootout, each pair will throw 9 darts collectively, and the winning pair, the pair with the highest score, will progress to the semi-finals. So just to confirm, only one pair, one of you lucky people, will be going through to the semis. It's going to be Jackmate to throw first. Game on!
Expertly explained by our referee Owen Binks, but it is the influencers throwing first. And that treble 20 could already be the difference, Keegan. Absolutely massive from Jackmate in his opening visit.
that is a game changer.
55.
McNamara can't follow.
It's one of them situations when you play this, you know, some of our practice games starts with like high school, and it's like, would you rather go first or would you rather go second?
I was always wanting a penalty shootout. I wanted to go second. I wanted to know what I had to do, apply the pressure, take the opportunity to win it as soon as you can, but
46.
that will apply differently to different people. John Henderson wasn't too impressive in that 9-dart shootout that we spoke about last night, actually. Scott Campbell's maximums got
60.
Team Scotland through that one. Burnett leaves himself and Bailey McNamara just 1 point behind Jackmate and Henderson. Meanwhile, a couple of straight darts here for Darts Ref and Outhouse would see them into the lead comfortably, which is exactly what they've done. They lead by 104 points.
And that's massive.
Might
Absolutely
not need to throw again because that's
45.
Jackmate and Henderson out. McNamara must find at least a ton. Needs a treble. And they're gone. That's it.
28.
They
so
don't
ladies
even
and
need to
gentlemen,
throw
through to the
again. In
semi-finals.
just 6 darts, the
darts
Darts Ref
referee
and
Jack
Marcel
Langston
Outhouse have
and
won the
Marcel
9-dart
Outhouse.
shootout, racking up 220 in just those 6 darts. The thing is, most of those misses are coming before their opponents are even on a finish.
The first leg, Ollie Howard and Peter Ashuri.
Considering, these two have only played about 2 hours ago and they kicked off the show, and for them to come out fighting, and obviously Ollie to hit his second 180 of the day.
Head over to our social media pages or head to the jackdowdinfoundation.com to get involved and donate towards a great cause that we're raising money for, as we hope to raise lots of money in support of juvenile diabetes research.
104.
Didn't quite go that time for Darts for Fun.
97.
So a chance here for Ollie Howard for a 97. Already had a 116 today. Double 10 now. His combination finishing has been superb today. Ollie Howard has put himself and Peter Ashuri just a leg away from the final. They're averaging 76 once again. Up to for the 17's route treble. 20 leaves it handy. What a setup that is. Ollie Howard has been superb today and he continues to deliver.
Yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous standard for pairs, and considering they've only just started playing pairs about 3.5 hours ago.
Chance then for Ashuri to wrap it up, and wrap it up he does. What a performance from Ollie Howard and Peter Ashuri. They absolutely dispatched Charlie Murphy and David Darts for Fun Williams. That's how I'm going with it for today, by 4 legs to 0.
So it's 2-8.
48.
It's not the first time he's missed up weight today.
I was convinced that I was just going to be fired off the first dart and find its way into the 8-8 segment, but instead, Marcel pins 18 and himself and the darts referee. Chance then for Ellis. Has already hit this once today. As we said, with different equipment. Now 10. That's a bit wild. That's
20.
less wild, but still not good enough.
Marcel, you require 15.
So it's double full, off the barrel.
Game show on the second leg.
Superb once again from Marcel Outhouse.
Third leg is Jaden
leading his team to a 2-0 lead now. Last time his team were in trouble, he took out a 1-4-5. This would have been a 1-4-4, but there's a bit of pressure. You can't go laying around going, go on Ellis, see what you've got this time. Especially as it's Ben throwing next. But there we have it. The darts referee and Marcel Outhouse are into the final. Our second semi-final goes 4 legs to 0 once again. It's been a superb day for team away days, including the young sensation Jaden Walker, who delivered with some top-class moments early on. Ellis makes sure the crowd let him know about it as well.
They doing some damage.
Well, that's Bailey McNamara.
100.
Third of the ball hitters that's already been eliminated. Rapping in a contest, haven't they? Howard and Ashuri have only really been up against it once. That was in their opener, the very first game of the day, in which you can forgive players for having a bit of nerves, but
39.
Dan Coates and Danny Van Truyck weren't awful in that game, were they? They both finished with very similar averages and performances. It was just down to that deciding leg in the end.
Game show on the
How good has Ollie Howard been today? A chance for Howard. He's already had the 1-1-6 to his name. That's a lovely guide. Isn't able to use it. Ashuri knew as well. He thought he was going.
Marcel, you require 24.
So Marcel, double 12, 2 6s.
Game show on the second leg. The darts referee and Marcel Outhouse.
Bit of a celebration.
2.
The 1-3-2 won't go in this one. So a chance then for Ashuri.
42. Peter require 25. Game show on the third leg.
Nicely done by Peter Ashuri as he helps himself and Ollie Howard to a 2-1 lead here in our final. 2 dart combination should the darts ref return. Howard was eyeing up the bullseye himself, but it won't go this time.
56.
Treble 18 would have left tops. 55. So it's a chance to level us up in this final. Should be 15 for tops. Slap bang in the middle, makes no mistake of that one. As we've seen from a few of the pros today, but it's double 10 now. Beautiful last starting hand from Jack Langston. He is really reveling in this little mop-up role, isn't he? He's playing the Richie Burnett of the week, allowing Marcel Outhouse to go out, start strong. I thought that first start was a great lie for the treble 20. Personally.
Game show on the fifth leg. Ollie Howard.
Don't mind the effort, but perhaps it was the wrong time for Marcel Outhouse, and has it just cost his team this final?
So here we go. So he's got 88 left, looking at treble 16, and he finds it. Couldn't ask for anything more in this leg from Ollie and Pete. Put Marcel.
58.
Is it lucky not to find a trouble? But here it is. Match championship point for Peter and Ollie. And they do it!
And the Red Dragon MODUS Super Series Influencers Champions, Ollie Howard and Peter Ashuri!
And to be fair, what a fantastic pair they've been all this afternoon. The most consistent out of all the pairings we've had today. at the MODUS Super Series.
Congratulations. How does it feel to be a winner on your first time up on this stage?
Yeah, really good actually. Yeah, I took the sort of county experience into it, but I tell you what, at some points today my scoring was good, but Peter's doubles were just on another level. So absolutely over the moon to win the trophy.
Peter, a bit of fun to end your week here. Didn't quite go to plan for Team Kenya early in the week, but how good does it feel to leave with that medal around your neck?
I hope we are trying to open the doors for my Kenyans people there. I think this is just a beginning. We'll be coming and winning and winning and winning. Yeah.
100%. Ollie, you seem to have really embraced your partnership with Peter this week, bigging it up on social media that you're paired with the King himself, and then throughout the day just reveling in that partnership. What's it been to be partnered with him throughout the day?
Honestly, the talk on social media about this guy is just lived up to what it's meant to be. This guy is an absolute legend in the making. Peter Ashuri is coming for the big time very soon. Come on, brother.
Peter, we've seen the likes of Devon Peterson carve out a path for African players within darts, but you're certainly up there now as one of the stars from that region. How does it feel to be carrying that on your shoulders?
Actually, I do respect Devon very much. Thank you for giving me this chance, and thank you for MODUS Super Series for giving me this chance still. Though I could just request one thing. I think you can just make us, when we apply visa, to be much easier for us to come to make it and visit here very easily.
Well, we'll certainly take that on board, but it's been our pleasure to have you here, Peter, and yourself, Ollie. Over now to Owen Binks for the trophy presentation.
Time for the presentation. Would you please show your support for the Red Dragon MODUS Super Series Influencers Darts Showdown Champions, Ollie Howard and Peter Ashuri! Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Ollie Howard and Peter Ashuri!